Xbox Game Pass, here are 10 suggestions for the month of December. All of them should be available right away. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well, and if you're signing up for Xbox Game Pass, consider using the affiliate link in the video description as that will take you to the Microsoft Store. So first up, we have LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. All movies thrown together in one epic LEGO adventure with tons of explosive action, intense worlds to visit, LEGO pieces and collectibles to gather. It really is kind of just endless, but yeah, it's got the entire series, the prequels, the original trilogy, and the sequels. Enjoy battles with your favorite iconic characters as you unlock ever so many characters, and then keep going afterwards as there are so many extra things you can unlock along the way in order to further work towards a completion if you're somebody that's into that kind of thing. But it is beautiful, it's very well done, and ultimately quite nostalgic. This is High on Life, a very intense, witty, comedic game, which is definitely a little bit more focused towards the adult audience. Your guns, they make jokes, and they talk to you, and they say some really messed up things. You're trying to save, well, not really, but, kind of save humanity. You're a kid out of high school, and, all of a sudden it's like, hey, you're being invaded, your planet. And you become, a bounty hunter. And it's just, there's a whole bunch of messed up stuff that happens in this one. I don't know if the comedy will necessarily be for everyone, but, it definitely provides, at least I thought, a chuckle here or there. And it's got a good array of different weapons, weird scenarios, and locations to visit as you blast away your folks and just have a wild time. Or, well, blast away all the folks that get in your way. And it really is quite messed up. Just keep that in mind. The comedy is really quite out there. This is Fallout 3. We're going for a little bit of, nostalgia on this one. Head out into the wasteland for the open world RPG action that Fallout 3 provides. Make choices, make decisions that will alter the face and the design of the wasteland forever as you head out from the vault for the first time in search of your papa. Where did he go? What did he do? Why did he leave me behind? Make your own character, make your decisions, grab yourself some companions along the way, blast, shoot, and kind of run from an array of mutated monsters and regular people too. There's lots of raiders out there in the wasteland. They're not friendly. But yeah, it's a fairly iconic game. It is now technically part of the first party, and yeah, it's about time we threw it into rotation here and whatnot, because it's never a bad time to jump in and play a little bit of Fallout 3. It's pretty great. Seriously, you missed out on it. It's a great time. This is Battlefield 2042, the most recent entry in the Battlefield franchise. They've revamped a lot of the maps. They've revamped a lot of the gameplay. They've adjusted a lot of the things in this game. There's a portal mode where you can play nostalgic maps, all thrown together with upgrades. You can play the new maps. They've added a couple of maps. You can go to Canada, which doesn't really look like Canada. You can go to, Sweden, which actually does look kind of like Sweden. It's a little bit, hey, what's going on here? DICE? Anyways, yeah, it's a game of all-out warfare with a slight futuristic edge to it. You shoot on foot, in vehicles, maybe, even in the sky if you get yourself a jet. And, yeah, it's just that typical Battlefield formula across a range of different levels with larger player sizes than ever before. And like I said, they have done extensive changes to this one from the launch of it and additions to the game, just to kind of get it to where it should have been at launch. Anyways, here we go. We've got Amnesia Rebirth. Maybe you've done the trilogy, now it's time to enjoy, well, the most recent entry. There is another one coming. But head out into these mysterious caves and figure out what is going on. It's spooky, it's scary, it's atmospheric. You don't really have a lot of options when it comes to defending yourself out here. You need to use the light or madness will overtake your body, your soul, and your mind. Anyways, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you sort of meander through a variety of weird cave areas before things start to open up a bit, and you get to go to even spookier locales that will melt your mind and dull your senses with fear. Oh no, it's a terrifying world out there. Will you survive? Will you make it out? I don't know. So good luck, because, amnesia is something where you've kind of forgotten some things that are a little bit important to you. That is for sure. And now we've got Hello Neighbor 2. What? Yeah, this is the second one. You're an investigative journalist. You're heading into this town. That's right, it's not just a house anymore, it's a whole town. And you're trying to figure out what exactly is going on, what this neighbor's doing, where are the missing kids, what's happening. There's also extra little adventure add-ons you can do too. It's quite an expansive offering where you are, it's kind of like horror, but for the younger ones almost, if that makes sense. Like, it's not really too scary, but you know what I mean? It kind of has that sort of vibe to it. I think it's quite popular with that audience type and that age group. But anyways, yeah, you're just kind of going around puzzle solving, essentially, figuring things out. How do I get here? How do I unlock this door? How do I go into this place? How do I solve this problem? What is the overall story? What is the mystery here? Can we save the people that have been taken, what is going on, and what is going to happen next. So here we have a JRPG, Chained Echoes. I've actually heard some really, really incredible things about this one. Like, apparently this is a really good throwback style JRPG experience. So a role-playing game with crazy high stakes, intense, emotions, crazy action, charm, delight, and a really nice visual aesthetic to it that is good in presentation for dialogue and good in presentation for play and exploration. But yeah, like I said, I've heard really, really great things about this one. So if you're into this, sort of genre of gaming, I think you're going to find this one to be a very chunky and well thought out experience that will offer a lot of game time and a lot of experiences to have across a variety of different locales, spaces, and places as you try to, make your way in this greater battle that's been going on. This is Potion Craft, where you are going about gathering and mixing materials in order to create an array of different potions, mixtures, and I don't know, anything else that you want to make. Some concoctions? Why not? Let's go with that word. That sounds pretty cool. So yeah, I guess you stumble across this wizard house or something. You got a cauldron, and you start making potions. You gotta stir the pot. You gotta fan the flames of, like, your burning thing. You gotta, like, mix and mash and smash some different, like, items into, like, a grinder, which is kind of neat. Yeah, there's actually quite a lot going on to this one. It's fairly simplistic in its style. The controls a little annoying as it kind of jaunts across the screen. I don't know why you couldn't just do like a sliding thing, but anyways, yeah, pretty straightforward, kind of a neat concept. Looks fairly aesthetically pleasing if you like that sort of simplistic art style thing, and definitely something a little bit out there. So this is Eastward. It's an apocalyptic type of scenario where there's, I don't know, some kind of greater quest going on. It features a very distinct art aesthetic that is quite nice, and it's just sort of a charming, sort of vibing thing. So yeah, society's not at its best, and you are kind of dealing with the scenarios that are at play, and it's just kind of a charming game with some nice music, some interesting role-playing mechanics, and yeah, it's just, I think a lot of people quite like this one because it's got a focus on like puzzle stuff, but also exploration, the use of two characters. It's interesting, and it's got different chapter stuff, and they mix things up a little bit, and yeah, it's a little bit of a twist on a narrative-driven kind of adventure. And like I said, it looks pretty pleasing, I would say. Now, for this last one, there might be some slight spoilers, but shouldn't really be anything if you've played existing Walking Dead, because this is The Walking Dead, the final season. So it just kind of is like a recap thing of like the first season of The Walking Dead, because there's like, what, 4 of them? And yeah, anyways, Clementine's journey comes to an end. You will play as the title character. Your choices kind of get made here, or they get imported in. So this is just kind of showing off, hey, how do you make your choices as, Clementine recaps the entire story. And yes, of course, she will remember that and glare at you definitely. And then you actually get to really see perspectives change as everything wraps up. Anyways, these are the 10 suggestions for December and for the end of the year, and I'll be back next year for doing monthly releases of, what to check out on Game Pass. Again, liking the video is great, subscribing is great as well, and if you are, grabbing Game Pass, consider using the affiliate link in the video description.